Okay, we're good.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my second episode of El-e-vate. And we're here today with Raymond Leonard. He is the creator of an indie comic book called Agent Solo.
Hello, everyone. How's it going out there?
Great. How you doing? It looks so dark in here. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna just start off with some basic questions, just to get out of the way, in case people are wondering. You know,
Okay.
got into hey, sexy too much. Thanks for coming in. Um, what? When did you get interested in comics?
Oh man, I got interested in comics when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, my uncle Erskine, he had a lot of comics, and I used to sneak in his room and I was just read them until I got caught red-handed when I was red-handed. But that's I love. That's when the sensation all started though. My uncle had all these comic books. And man, I was just, whew, I just seen all the pretty colors and all these muscle men
Yeah. Yeah.
and stuff fighting, and I was just so intrigued of it all. That just I just got hooked. I was just so
Mhm.
hooked after that.
Do you remember the first comic that you read, or do you remember your
Yeah,
first?
yes. It was Spider-Man versus Owlman. I forgot what
Okay.
issue number that was. It's not at the top of my head right now, but that was the first comic I read by where I grabbed from the stash, and uh I was just so amazed by it all. I was like, oh my god, look at these pages and stuff. And remind you, comic books. That comic book helped me read because I was very I don't know, I was just very shy during school. I didn't
Hmm.
know how to read, and that book that book alone taught me how to read. And the next day when I came back to school, the teacher was very shocked because she would, usually, you couldn't read it like that. They were like, "Can I pass you up?" Or they would
Hmm.
still
Hmm.
call you, and you still didn't know really how to read. And it was a very embarrassing, you know, moment for me because I didn't really know how to read. But that comic book, it changed my life, and that's what made me read. Comic books helped me read.
It's interesting because I've heard, hey Joshua, thanks for coming in. Um, I've heard a lot, well, not a lot, but quite a few comic book creators and answer that question the same way. It's like it's
Yeah,
always has something to do with reading and how comic books turn them onto reading and help them read. And that's I think that's really interesting and it's
yeah,
good. You
it
know.
taught me how to read. And I was after that, I was just like that. I started reading X Men, and I was reading all these different characters, Batman,
Mhm.
and it would just go on and on and on.
Mhm.
Then
Oh,
he found out I read his books. He gave me a break.
yeah. Joshua's saying hello to you, Raymond.
Joshua, how's it going, Joshua?
Oh, do you happen to have a copy of Agent Solo with you?
Uh, I got some laying around. I
You
was
know what?
doing the fulfillments.
Oh,
Um, in my other in the other room I have. They all
okay.
on
Don't
the
worry about
table.
it. Don't worry about it. That's another thing that I wanted to ask you. What made you want to create your own comic?
I got tired, doing my teens. I say 19, 20 because I made up my mind that I wanted to become a comic book artist around that
Yeah.
time. I was 16. I just got tired of getting rejected by going into the convention lines, standing in the lines where everybody else was holding their
Hmm.
portfolios, hoping to get a job at Marvel or DC. I just got so sick and tired being in that line, and I got sick and
Right.
tired not seeing my name on the board because how they kept switching up how you get called for interview. I mean,
Hmm.
portfolio reviews, and every time I look up on that board, um, Sheila, I never saw my name on that board. It kept making me feel like I wasn't good enough.
Hmm.
It made me feel like I was doing something wrong. I just got so tired of it, and I was like, you know what? My second conscious told me, why are you standing in this line for when you're
Right.
so talented yourself? You
Hmm.
can do this on. You could do things. You could do this. You could make your own heroes. And what really pushed me to do my own heroes was really Image Comics when Tommy Farrell made a statement about taking a cliff and jumping over it without landing. You don't care where you land, and
Yeah.
that's where it just really took off from after that. I just wanted to make my own stuff after that. I didn't know if I was gonna people was gonna like it. I
Mm-hmm.
was just making my own stuff. I just
Yeah.
I was just making it, drawing, and just putting it out there.
Yeah. Joshua says that he draws comics also.
Awesome,
He's into comics. So
awesome.
yeah. So I hope that was good advice for you, Joshua, to just
Yeah,
keep doing what you do.
don't waste your. I tell any aspiring artist, because I started out when I was young. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time in putting your eggs in one basket, hoping that you get a job at Marvel or DC and stuff like that. Because
Mhm.
we're living in a different age now, and all that has changed over the years.
Right.
You could make your own audience and produce your own book,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually they will see you. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're making your own noise with your own stuff. And I mean, with today's technology, with all these phones and
Mm-hmm.
everything, I mean, you really could put out your own content and build your own audience. You don't have to wait, hoping that someone gives you a job. You create your own job.
Yeah.
You
And
can do it.
I think this pandemic has taught a lot of people. I
Yeah,
mean, you're like a trailblazer. Brother Man was a trailblazer. Um, Milestone Trailblazers.
yeah,
It's like they. It's like people don't just come out and hire you. You know,
no, no.
it's this society now. It's like you really have to
Invest in
make your
yourself.
own way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, invest in yourself.
Exactly.
Please
Yeah.
invest in yourself. Don't wait, because when you wait, you're hoping time. You're gonna just run out of time. You're not gonna want to do it. But if you just go invest in yourself and believe in your craft, study your craft, you will see the results. You know.
Hmm. So what are Agent Solo superpowers?
Oh, he's a bionic superhero. I was as a kid, I was into $6 Million Man. I love the
Mm,
$6 Million Man TV series. I was an action spy type of kid. I love James Bond. I'm fighting Jaws, and I just wanted my own action hero guy. And that's like, man, if I could create my own bionic superhero action spy guy and put him on all these crazy adventures, I think that'd just be so fun to do. And I made Agent Solo when I was in grade school. When I was 16.
wow,
Yeah, he's imaginary characters to cut them out, make paper superheroes out of them.
that is
I
so
can do it.
cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's where the whole thing came from. Agent Solo. He's a bond action guy named Jackson Bryce. He
Hmm.
served the war, but he got injured, and his limbs and stuff got all messed up. So what they did was they put him in this high speed program, bionic program, and they rebuilt him. But the
Hmm.
thing was with the rebuild, they took his memory, so he really don't know who he really is. Yeah,
Oh.
he's got like a memory. He suffers a memory loss.
Hmm.
Uh, I set it up about how that would be. That he lost his memory, but he slowly
Yeah.
gets it back. He has flashbacks and stuff, and how I got the story
Mhm.
set up is very interesting. With the readers read, they love it so far, so it's interesting how I got set up for
Wow, that sounds great.
them. Yeah.
And what kind of things like what kind of what do you conflicts does he run into? Like,
Oh, he runs into a lot of conflicts. He's run into conflicts of how what side he's serving. They're not really a good side, and he's also coming in between conflicts of once used to be friends are not enemies, friend enemies.
mm-hmm.
He's coming to conflict with a girlfriend that he used to have that he doesn't know that the child is his. So
Oh, that's a
very
nice
interesting.
twist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't tell everything, but
I know, I know.
I made it very complex for him. I didn't want to do him bad, but I
Right.
had to get it interesting, so it's very complex. But
Well,
it's
that
really fun how I got the story set up.
yeah, that's pretty cool because then it like gives him a chance to evolve.
Yeah, yeah,
and come into himself. So
yes.
that's really great. I mean, you thought long and hard about developing this character.
Yeah, yeah. Stan Lee was also very, reading the story by Stan Lee,
Hmm.
Chris Claremont, and those guys, Mr. McDuffie, may he rest in peace. They always had these great complex stories, and it was
Hmm.
very interesting. They always had a tale to them. Usually, sometimes they put themselves into the story. And I
Right.
just thought that was just so awesome that they had do that. So that's why I wanted to do Age of Solo, is like make it very interesting and kind of complex to keep the readers on their toes. Like, what's going to happen next?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
That's cool. So does he like there are a lot of things going on in today's world.
Yeah.
Does he deal with any of that?
Um.
Or would you like him to?
Yeah. No, he does. He deals with it, but he doesn't really deal with those point on issues. But he's dealing with it because I did a one shot with Gaza, Durrell Gaza. It was a one shot that was successful campaign. It was called Only Had a Hammer, and it was about a guy named but a guy named Laurel. And what it was, he was a building executive, and what happened was the company shut him out of the assets. He lost his job. His daughter was suffering from leukemia.
Oh, wow.
Um, he's having bills was piling up. Almost lost the house with a mortgage. So what he did was took the company's prototype suit that they use for construction. He took that and was robbing banks and robbing the company of their assets and stuff with the suit.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
people were getting hurt in the process. So Edge Solo had to stop this guy who was in his suit, but he didn't know who was in the suit, who's doing all these crimes.
Right.
But the reason he was doing all this because his daughter was suffering, from cancer leukemia. So
Yeah.
it put Reed in the man of what would you do if you had a suffering family member that was dying,
Hmm.
needed medicine and bills? What would you do if you
Yeah.
were in a predicament? And
Yeah.
what's crazy about that story was it was a real true story of a guy that really did that. He was robbing banks because his son needed the funds for his cancer treatment, his cancer treatments.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed Darrell, and I said, Darrell, look at this, look at this. It's like the story we had wrote.
Yeah. That's great because these are like real life
Yeah,
kinds of situations. And see,
yeah.
that's what I like. It's like a lot of, hold on one second, please. I got to mute my mic just for a minute.
Who's playing that saxophone?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Mhm.
Edit that part out. Hey, Courtney,
That's okay.
thanks for coming in. Um, yeah, so the real life, I mean, you're really doing it. I am so
Too.
impressed with what you're
Thank you.
creating and like just the fact that you were able to, do it on your own. Like
Yeah,
it's amazing.
yeah. It started. It really trans. The whole thing about the whole movie really happened when I lost my job. I used to work at Sam's Club as a
I
cashier
remember. Yeah.
for it was going on 3 years, I believe. And I had got sick. I had asthma. I got very bad asthma, and I had got sick. And remind you, Walmart and Sam's Club, they do not They don't care if you're sick or ill.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't even take a doctor statement.
Mm-hmm.
So the doctor told me, hey, you gotta be on bed rest, buddy. You can't, you can't be working. And I was like, well, oh, all right, doc. So I called them up. I said, hey, look, I'm not gonna be able to work, and I'm sick. And sure enough, they fired me. They fired me when I was sick. They did a Friday on me, um, on my day off. I was sick, and the manager hit me up. And I was real cool with. She's like, "Well, I'm just letting you know because you're such a nice guy. I love working with you. They fired you." I was like, "What? They fired me? How? I'm sick. I'm not even at work." And they did a Friday on me. And so, is the thing off? Can you hear me?
Yeah. My mic
Uh,
was muted. I don't know how
okay,
that.
yeah. So they did a Friday on me. They fired me illegally. But I want to try to fight to get my job back. Sheila, I was so done. And I left it in God's hands. And what I did was I just put my head down and just started working on my just solo books, and
Mm-hmm.
it just got big after that. It just when I released the first book, it hit so quick with the crowdfunding that
Yeah.
it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, oh wow, this is getting crazy. Like I would go to the post office and they see me coming. They said,
Like,
what in
oh
the
no, here he
world
comes
you got?
again.
Yeah, I have like a train load of books. Like I got elderly people mad at me,
Mm-hmm.
because I got all these books. Now at the post office, this is my first time doing this, and that lady said, "I don't know what you got going on, baby, but you you go with yourself. Like I make comic books. These are all comic books. People who brought them." And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
"What?" And every time they see me, they're like, "Oh no, he come."
Yeah.
You know. And it's just such
Yeah.
a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. I'm able to do this full time now. Uh, and I tell anyone they can do this if you put your mind to it, but you got to do the work. It's very hard work. It's not, it's not. I won't say it's easy. It's very hard work when you
Right.
draw on these books and stuff because you by yourself. It gets lonely, but I have
Mhm.
friends. I have a girlfriend. They call me up and stuff like that and keep me company. But it's very lonely. It's a very lonely
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. But I'm sure that sometimes when you're just going at it, you don't notice that much. It's when you
Yeah,
sit
I
back
know
and
you know.
think
I'll be in the
about
zone.
it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I'll be in the zone. I'll
Yeah.
be in the
Yeah.
zone.
That is great. So where would you like to see him go? Like,
Um, I would love. Well, I don't discriminate what happen, whatever I get blessed with or what happened. I would love to see
mhm,
Edge Solo as a movie, uh, cartoon, wherever I could get, wherever medium he could get in. I'm
right.
satisfied with it. I'll be satisfied with it.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know. I was looking at, and I got to tell you, I wasn't interested in seeing the animation of Mulan, but that live action thing, that looks really good. I could kind of see Agent Solo being a live action
Thank you.
movie or
Yeah, I
something.
really can too. I got so much vision. I'm like, wow, wouldn't this be cool if Agent Solo could be like a Netflix series or you could be a cartoon. I always had that vision in my head, always going in my head, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully that blessing will come. Hope that blessing will come. I always ask God for blessings, but I just be focused on the books right now. So
Yeah.
whatever comes, it happens. I'll be totally grateful. I'll
Right.
be
Right.
really extra grateful.
Cool. That is so cool. So, not enough about Agent Solo, but what are like your most pressing issues about like today's world?
Oh my goodness, oh man, so much. What can we start? I'm gonna start with this police body cam stuff. My thing is, we're all seeing how the police is gunning us unarmed black men down,
Mm. Hmm.
and it disgusts me that when they do it when they gun us down like this, it always got to be a trial. It always got to be some type of excuse why they do it. And it just it baffles me.
Mhm.
It makes me angry because here we see in America today, without the internet, we didn't have the internet. We didn't really see none of this stuff. But now we have the internet now,
Mhm.
and the whole entire world they
Yeah.
see they see unarmed black men get
Mhm.
gunned down clear as day on a
Yeah.
police body cam, and you would think, okay, we finally get some justice. No, we still not getting no justice. It's still the same old, same old. Slap on the wrist, cop gets to walk away. Nothing happens. He's good. Get to go back to his family. Black, the black family suffers.
But
Why is that? We always gotta suffer, and we always just gotta say we gotta pray. And it just angers me because I'm like, I'm just so angry. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I mean, we're
mm,
seeing this cop, the cop on Joy Floyd's neck, and like they're just really trying to make an excuse of why this cop had his knee on this man's neck. No excuse.
no, there's no excuse. But one thing that's good, and I guess it has to do with the fact that we do have the technology that we have, and the world is watching. Um, they have top brass police officers, heads of departments saying that this wasn't supposed to happen, and
Yeah,
that's not usual. It's usually the opposite. They're usually standing behind, but I think the fact that literally the world is watching, that there's no way they can say that. And I'm just hoping the outcome of this whole thing is, I mean, the man is gone, but I'm just hoping that there's some kind of justice served, you
yeah,
know, hopefully.
yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
you would like to see, as more Agent Solo, do you think you would like to see Agent Solo get involved in stuff like that, like present day
Yeah. Well,
issues?
see, I have a lot of stories planned ahead. I have another
Hmm.
story that's gonna be something similar to that involving Agent Solo. But see, Agent Solo, he handles more stuff on the front lines of like terrorism. He deals with more of aspects of terrorism. Now I have other characters that play in roles and stuff like that. I have another one called Violet Bird. She's more into that in that realm of
Okay.
aspects of dealing with issues that's going around within in the communities and stuff like that.
Hmm. That was going to be my next question too.
Yeah,
If you're going to bring any women into
yeah.
it,
What?
yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
represent the women now, Miss Sheila. Ain't
yeah.
gonna be fun if the woman can't get in there. Come on now.
Hmm. That's true. It's like I had hopes of doing a graphic novel, and I did character development, and a woman was the lead character, and
Uh huh.
yeah, I don't know, I kind of got sidetracked.
Yeah. I
But,
got a book. Her name was. Well, that book should be coming out. I'm trying to push for it. I'm trying to push for it this year. Her name is Violet Bird. But in the daytime she's a high class profiled public defender like Johnny Cochran. She owns her own art form.
hmm.
But the thing is, she suffers from PhD. Like her parents was murdered because due to her father was a high class lawyer. He's taking on a high profile case and against this mafia, mob boss, and he's gonna bring down the entire mob of people who was involved in it. And
Okay, don't give us too many details.
yeah, yeah. Well, I just give it a shot, and they had to off him. They
Yeah.
had to knock him off, and
Hmm.
he ended up seeing the whole thing. They killed the family up, but she ended up surviving. But she suffers from a lot of, she suffers from a lot of trauma from that, because that
Right.
happens in the black community. We suffer from a lot of trauma when the police kick in your door, and it's the wrong house, and they're coming in with these
Absolutely.
guns drawn on out on kids, and
Hmm.
that we suffer from that. A lot of blacks suffer from that. So I try to keep it. What she suffered from a lot of problems, but and at the nighttime she's vigilant. She comes out. And she's not nice.
Okay.
It
All
serves
right.
justice in the wrong another type of way. It's not. It's
Hmm.
not. And we ain't talking Batman. Batman saving lives.
Right.
She's spilling blood. But
Yeah.
yeah, I had some great. I got a down coming out of her. I have a great cosplayer. Her name is Shantae Nelly. She's gonna be cosplaying a hero. I'm so excited about that book because I really want to represent women and plus women of color, and because I just feel like it's
Okay.
not enough. It's not enough real true stories out here that tell the stories that people really need to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to some different kinds of stories coming from you.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
I mean, what you have going on now is different from what's out there already. So,
Yeah, yeah. Everybody telling me that. I'm like, really? Yeah. Oh. And
yeah.
it's so and it's the what really surprised me was my favorite iconic hero artist drew an Agent Solo cover for me, and I was just so like I was so shocked and I was crying and I was oh man, I was so much Rob Liefeld, and I couldn't believe that. I'm like, oh my god, Deadpool creator, X Force creator, founder of Image Comics, drawn drawn an Agent Solo cover. What?
Hmm.
What? I'm
Right.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is too much. And he's like,
Right.
Ray, I want to let you know I love Agent Solo, and I wanted to draw this cover for you. You work with do anything you want with it. And I was like, oh my God, Rob, thank you so much.
That's nice.
And
That's really nice.
yeah, we became best friends. I'm like, I can't believe I'm friends with Rob Liefeld. I mean,
Hmm.
he hits me up in my inbox. I can't believe I'm talking to this guy. And he's such a nice guy. Rob is such a nice guy. He brought some Agent Solo books. He brought the toys. He posted online. Ray, I got the Agent Solo stuff. Thank you. And it's just
Nice.
unreal seeing your iconic hero that you wanted to be like
Hmm.
got your books and drawn it. It's just
Yeah.
such a dream come true right now, Sheila. It's just such a dream come true.
Well, you worked hard to, to get
Thank
here.
you.
And, I
Thank you.
remember you posting things about trying to shuffle, or juggle rather, Sam's Club and Agent
Yeah, oh, you
Solo.
remember the post? The retail hell
Yeah.
post? Oh my god, I feel so embarrassed.
I
Forgive me on those
remember.
posts. I'm just frustrated. But no, it was crazy. I dealt with a lot of crazy people when I was doing retail as a cashier at
Mhm.
Sam's Club. It was retail hell. It was like
Yeah,
you'd be
retail help
surprised.
used to say, yeah.
I used to count quarters, $100 worth of quarters
Hmm.
and pennies, and it lasted me long. And I'd be like, and the lady, I'm so sorry, sweetie. I don't mean to do this to you. I don't mean to do this to you, baby. I'm like, what are you
Oh
doing
my
this?
gosh,
Are you
that's so
serious right
funny.
now, lady?
Mm.
I used to deal with some crazy stuff during my retail hell days, Miss Sheila. I said I was gonna make a book about it. I got all the content I need. It was it was crazy. I mean, it was crazy working those jobs, but I met some great people as I was working there, and I also learned how to uh, be professional at the same time. So I
Hmm.
took all that. I took everything I learned from all these jobs I had, and I blended that in with my artwork when I do these conventions. So now I know how to be representative, be professional, how to talk to people, eye
Right.
contact, because you need all that when you're doing this type of business. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
especially with the
Definitely.
public, you want to be friendly. You want to get them. You want to give people the best experience of you.
Hmm.
Because I see a lot of artists that that was very rude and mean. Running people away, getting bad mouthed on the internet about how crappy they were towards people. And
Yeah.
I said to myself, I want to make sure I will never be like that. I never
Mhm.
want to be get somebody bad spirits of me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it sounds like you have it all together. So,
I'm trying.
and you're headed in the right direction. I noticed you got a special shout out. Was it on Twitter from a
Twitter.
friend of mine?
No, I just Facebook. Oh,
Oh,
Michael.
Facebook.
Wow. Michael.
Davis.
Michael Davis. Hit
Yeah.
me up. Hit me up. Friday. No, that was a Saturday
Uh-huh.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
And something is that Michael Davis. And I'm like Michael Davis. Is this a Michael Davis? I know there's a lot of Michael Davises. And when I seen that post, Miss Sheila, he said, Raymond, I just want to let you know, I love Agent Solo. No, seriously, I love Agent Solo. And I was like, oh my God, Michael Davis. If you think I did not post that everywhere, I posted that everywhere on social media. I think I did
Yeah,
post it
I
on
think
Twitter
I
yet.
saw your post on
I
on
posted on
Twitter,
Instagram. I
or
posted
maybe it
on
was
Instagram.
somewhere. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was so that I had tears literally coming down my face because I met Michael Davis when I was like 15, 16. Was it 14, 15? It was one of them years because that's when the Milestone blowed up. And he came to a convention. He was talking about how his house was, how he had these cars, and how you get to just drink on a nice fruit punch. I mean, the guy was just so
Mhm.
energetic. And I'm like, man, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like him. And I finally got to meet him. I said, I want to work for you. He said, oh, you want to work for me? I said, yeah, I want to work for you. I want to draw whatever you want me to draw. I'm young and I'm
Yeah.
trying to really don't real. I wanted to be like Michael Davis. And he said, let me see your work. Michael Davis, he very he's very he just himself. Let me
Yeah.
see your work. Let me see what you're talking about. He's like, you know what? Yeah, yeah, you pretty good. You still gotta do a little bit of work. Come back to me when you're ready. When you get a little bit better. I said, okay, I will. Okay, I will. And fast forward, he hit me up. This not the that wasn't the first. The last time he was like, I remember you. He said, now you
Um,
got better. I said, oh, you remember me now? He said, yeah. He said, what, you think I'm crazy? You think I don't know who I'm talking to now? I said, no, no. So he's like, I like what you're doing. Keep it up. But that post, when he did that last Saturday, that really like made my day. That really, I mean, I cried. And you can't
oh,
share everything with people because they just want to understand that they want to understand. They just want to understand. So it's almost like that's some personally I just share with myself.
yeah.
Because you just can't share with everybody because they want to understand. They just want to
I share it with
understand.
everybody now. No.
I did. Yeah, I did. Oh, right, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I did everyone. But
Yeah.
Michael was one of my heroes. He's still one of my heroes. He's a great guy, and I just want to really meet him again to really show him that how much I really cared. That he took the time out and he looked at my stuff and he told me what I need to work on. He's a very honest guy,
Hmm.
and I mean, because you don't get that with a lot of your heroes. Some of the heroes might be a disappointment to you, but me, fortunately, that did not happen. All my art heroes, all love shows nothing but love to me.
Yeah, you're meeting like so many great people and interacting with so many great people.
Yes, yes. Like the legendary Ron Fres, um, who drew all the Spider-Man books, the Thor and the Marvel. He
Mhm.
did a surprise for me. He drew Agent Solo for me, and I was just blown away. I was like, "Oh my God!" Ron Fres drew me an Agent Solo, and he posted online. I was losing my mind. Then
Mm.
he turned around. He does a Violent Bird sketch. I said, "Ron, what are you doing?" He said,
Mhm.
"Richard, I love your stuff.
Wow.
I love your creations." And I just had to draw her. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm having a conversation with Ron Fres. What in the world is going on here?" And I'm
Yeah.
just having such much fun. I'm able to meet my heroes. talk to Michael Davis and get a personal shout out like that, that just really made my day. I mean,
Hmm.
it just don't get no better to what's going on with me right now. It's like a blessing. It's like a
Well,
big blessing.
I have a feeling it's going to get better. It's going to get
I pray.
even
I
better
pray.
for you. Really, honestly, it's like, you know, you're humble,
Yes.
but what you're doing and what you've done, it took great strides to get where you are, and you didn't give up. I mean, that was a long time to be dreaming about, doing
Yes.
what you're doing, and a lot of people, they don't follow through. So, I'm just really impressed with what you're doing, what you've done, and what you're gonna do, and I'm really happy that you took the time to come in today and and talk with us.
Oh,
And
I'm excited. I love talking. I love talking interacting with people. I love to go to conventions. I can talk all day long. I talk sports. I talk anything what people want to talk about because the love of talking to people and getting to know everyone else's opinions and aspects, and we can share
mhm,
that and we could grow together as one as people. I think that's what really missing in the world is too much divide and hatred. You know, and
right, right.
and I just believe like as people, if we could talk, we could find the solutions and stuff like that. Instead of throwing hate shots and divide and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think we could be a better place in the world.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Well,
But
I'm
some
gonna.
crazy
Huh?
people out there, that's just crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna stay away from them. No. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up now,
Okay.
and I really appreciate you coming in and doing this, and
Thank you.
I'm sure
Thank
we're gonna
you.
get together again because
Oh,
you
I
do
would love to. I
other
would
stuff
love to.
going on.
I got a lot of great stuff coming. I got another Agent Solo book dropping. Hopefully July of June from Lucky or August. It all depends on if everything is done on time. Um, I had a lot of people asking about this Agent Solo toy. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
another limited. I'm gonna do
I saw
another
the
limited run.
prototype. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
was not expecting that to get out of hand. I swear. I thought I thought start 100 units would be okay, and it spread out of control. That because everybody wanted one, and I was like, holy smoke! I'm like, are
Yeah.
you kidding me? I mean, I had like my whole DM. It was just lit up with, how can I give me a solo toy? Was it? Is it in Walmart? I was like, I wish it was.
It will be. It will
Yeah,
be, or somewhere else.
limited I did, and
Yeah.
I was not expecting to get out of hand, but I promised. I told people they'll get another shot at getting them when I do another campaign. I'm going to put it in there, but it's limited, so it's going to be a limited quality of it. So, once you put
Hmm.
your order in, you get it. But once it goes, it goes. That's it. I'm not doing
Yeah.
another one for that, but. I was not expecting that to get out of hand. I was like, holy smokes. At least I have them. I think I got before you go. Let me see, can I get there's it right
Okay,
here.
Courtney, thanks for coming in.
That's Agent Solo toy.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's really, really nice.
And
Really nice.
he's only 100 limited he's made. I had made in China. I got with a China toy developer.
Hmm.
He made me these dials. They made them for me. And
Wow.
I was looking to get them. I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm getting on this, And I didn't expect for this to get. I did not expect this to get real big like that. I was like, wow. And the toy, the box, the designer, they hit me up. They said, you know what? You got something big on your hands. I was like, really?
Right.
Well, yeah. You're like, man, ain't nobody. It's not a toy like that on the toy shelf.
Hmm.
I was like, you're right. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll see what happens when. Hopefully, if I get lucky, God forbid, if I get lucky, I'll be. Hey, I will be happy. I'll be
Yeah.
happy, man.
I'm sure you will be. Well, thanks again for coming in, and thank you all for coming in the live. And we're gonna see more of Raymond.
Thank you.
Okay, take it
Thank
easy. All right.
you.